Welcome everybody back for some more Timberborn. As you can tell, well, I don't know if you can tell, but we are in the map editor. To be more specific, to be more precise, we are in the map editor for the crater map. Now, I teased this in the final episode of the Update 4 series, but I can now introduce to you the map we will be playing on next. So I'll go through a little bit of the details in this video to start off with, and then you guys can leave down in the comments down below if you guys are excited for this new series and to see if I will achieve what I would like to achieve. So starting off with the starter island, we got a bunch of stairs, or slopes as they're called, dotted around. There's about 3 of them. There is another one just over here. The starting location is, of course, on the slightly raised part of this platform, surrounded by some pine trees, some birch trees, some berries, and some dandelions. Now, the only other thing that's on here is some oaks, but they are separated by a little bit of a river, just to make it a little bit harder for me to actually access them, so we're not just straight into like tons and tons and tons of wood. This is the basic starter island. I've tried to make it look as natural as possible, or whatever you want to call it. But there is a lot of water in this map now, so it's kind of hard to actually get into this. And obviously, this is my first time ever editing a map in Timberborn, so it's been a little bit difficult to say the least. I've also added a slightly smaller island over here, and the game wants to let me do it. And this is where all of the scrap metal, starter scrap metal will be. And I've also added in a underground ruin over here. And I've taken the one out from in this crater and placed it over here. The one in this crater is still here, along with the fact that I've also added, if we can get around there, some of these water source blocks so that we can start storing a lot of water in here. I've kind of made it a little bit easier for myself, but hopefully it's not too easy. And again, this side is the same. Just some water coming in, going down. And I'm going to obviously have to block off this section here, this section here, this section here. And that should store plenty, and I mean plenty, of water in there. Now, first things first, I'm going to do a season of this in normal mode. Just normal, see how I get on, see if I can do as much as I'd like to. I just want to be able to get access everything. That's collect dirt, let's get bot production going, that's everything. See if I can get that going, and if I can complete an entire series without becoming anywhere near to dying, that is when I will then move on, and then we'll start a new series on this exact same map, and we'll play it in hard mode. But I don't want to jump straight into hard mode and fail in the first video, because that's no fun for me, that's no fun for you, and that means more Timberborn for you guys. So I hope let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this map. Obviously we're going to be playing with, I kind of want to start playing with the folk tales again, because I've done a couple of seasons with the Iron Teeth. So I think it'd be a really good idea to start back with the folk tales, and we can also do like water homes, that kind of thing. So the like houses are like floating on the water. We can use the bridges to get around, and I think it'd be really cool, an idea to do that. But obviously, let me know in the comments down below on any suggestions you'd like me to do. So yeah, I think that's everything. Obviously I haven't really changed too much. Obviously just got the water there, the water coming in here, and the water coming in the original spot just over here. And of course I've had to add a bunch of like water channels to get out of here, like this one here, and I've had to make, if it lets me just get around, I've had to make this one a lot bigger too, but eventually we'll end up damming this up so we can store some water in here. I think the primary thing to do is start damming up some of these. Now I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure if I start damming them up, it will fill this area up. But I'm slightly worried that it might flood, which will be an even bigger challenge for us to deal with. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're excited for this. Obviously, you can't really add much in the stuff at the minute. You can add barriers, underground ruins, and the actual ruins themselves, and you can change the terrain height. But yeah, I feel like this is a good sort of starter build, and one of my first ever maps I've ever built in Timberborn. So yeah, and obviously we'll do a little test right now just to see if it will work. Let me load it up, let me save it, and let's see if it works initially. So here we have it. We'll just name the district island. Obviously we're going to have a bunch of beavers coming out of there. First things first, for obviously the test, we need to do a path going out, probably to there, and down to the water's edge, where of course we are going to place in a water, 2 of these lovely little water pumps, just like that. Like so, and then we can also place in a separate staircase coming down here to probably about there, and then we can get in some lumberjacks, and let's get these all chopped down. Obviously we'll press play, let the beavers get on and do their stuff. We also need... food is going to be an issue. No, it's not. Never mind. Never mind. Right. We also need to obviously go over to here and set up 2 or maybe 1 gatherer's flag just to start off with, so that the beavers are more than happy, like so. But I've tried to give myself space so that we can put farms in, but I wanted like all of the resources still. We'll start by placing in a log pile just there, along with a couple of these small water pumps. And hopefully we can get this going soon. So we got 1 place to relax a worker, so we'll drop someone in there. We'll come over here and work in there. So it looks to me like this is going to work. There's a couple of things obviously you need to add initially to this. Obviously we're going to struggle with the flow of water and the power situation, because the water's flowing, but unfortunately not in the greatest direction ever. And of course we need that. And the windmills cost 120 science, and I think they cost planks. So first things first, we'll get ourselves the lumber mill. In fact, we won't put that there. We shall place it there, and then we'll put the power wheel just on the side there. That will get built up relatively quickly, because the beavers don't really have that whole lot to do at the minute. Oh, it's fun to like test out maps and stuff, but we will obviously be... Let's connect that to that, because I don't have to go so far. Now we're collecting water, there's more seedlings coming up. Tree numbers are still good. Yeah, berries should be also pretty good, yeah. So I don't think food is really an issue at the moment, but I am going to then place in some farm in there. Because we're using the folktales, we can use the standard food that was in the game from the beginning, like the carrots. And we're just gonna, I think, just fill this whole area with carrots. It should get built up pretty quickly as well. We'll actually prioritize that a little bit higher than the other one, and actually put in a couple more these lumberjack flags just to get some more logs on the go, and then obviously start looking at some other stuff. So it looks to me like this idea and this sort of thing is going to work. So hopefully you are excited for the series. Hopefully you do stick with it and you are excited for it. It looks like the water's going like all over the place and it's not too sure where it wants to go. It kind of looks like it's going to work for now. We can still store water like we used to over here, and we can still block off all these and stuff, but for now I think the key point is obviously to dam up here, 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 and over here. So these green areas stay green during the dry seasons. So I think it's going to work. So I'm going to leave this one here. We'll obviously start a new in the next episode, but hopefully you are excited, or as excited as I am, for this new series and this new adventure in Timberborn. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this sort of excitement, this hype video, and I hope you guys do join me for Timberborn season on the Survival Island.